it's Sabrina. I just wanted to take a few minutes to first say thank you guys just for all your hard work. We really appreciate it. I know we talked about it in our meeting last week, but I just wanted to say again that I'm really proud of our worship team and just the effort that you guys are putting forth and how you guys are stepping up and leading. And I know that we discussed a new component that we're adding, which is a service lead. So I thought I'd just take a few minutes to just walk you guys through what it means to lead a service so that you can refer back to this as you're practicing, because that's the goal, is that practice makes perfect. So I want to lead you guys through the steps so that you can take time on your own to practice through it when it's your seat or when it's your week to lead the service. So the first component that I wanted to talk about is call to worship. So what does that mean? Essentially, that is your opportunity to greet people and just welcoming them as you open up the service. So an example of that would just be, hey guys, welcome to Abide Bible Church. We're so excited to see you guys. Thank you for coming. And then you transition from there. So that's just a simple greeting, call to worship. You're inviting them to stand to their feet and just inviting them to participate in worship. So that's step one. Step two would be transition to songs. So once you've done your call to worship, you've invited everyone to stand, you've engaged them with a smile, with just an inviting spirit, then you want to transition them to actually participating in singing and engaging in the song. So that would be our transition to song. And so what you are doing by that, you can do a number of different things. You could start off with the scripture that correlates with the song, the theme of the song, or you can just simply say, introducing the song and say, now would you join me in singing Every Praise? And then you just start the song from there. So it's just a way to just naturally transition from point A to point B. Okay. All right. The next step would be just thinking about, as you're leading the songs, think about your body language. What are you communicating to people? Are you just standing there and just looking up at the confidence monitor and just singing the songs verbatim? Or are you looking around, making eye contact with people? Do you have your hands lifted and raised? Are you personally engaged in worship? You're demonstrating to the onlookers about what worship really means. And so by you displaying your own personal worship, that encourages the audience to participate. So just keeping in mind that as the service lead, your job is to help facilitate worship and engage people in worship. So as you're going through the different songs, you're just thinking about being aware of, am I smiling? Are my hands lifted? Am I engaged in worship through my body language? What am I communicating to people as they're watching me, but as you're also leading? So that would be our next step, which is just the engagement in worship. All right, and then the next component, after we've gone through 3 songs, so our rhythm is we sang our first song, our second song, and now we're at our third song in the set. This is a point where we would like to stop just to add like a natural pause and transition so that we're not just going through all the songs. And we want to create space for congregational scripture reading. So we can do this in different ways. We can have the lead and follow along on the prompter. So the leader says part of the scripture and then the congregation reads the other part, or you may choose to just read the whole thing by yourself. So whatever feels more comfortable to you, we can implement that, and then we will communicate that to the tech and sound people so they can make sure that that's up on the screen. So that would be left to your option and your discretion to decide if you want to do the leader and then the congregation version, or if you just want to lead the scripture by yourself. So that is the portion of the worship set where we just stop and we read scripture. And a lot of times the scripture we would like to be relevant to the theme of either the songs or the theme of the sermon. Okay, so then the final song, so after we do our congregational scripture reading, our final song is that last song that really helps us to transition and prepare our hearts for the sermon. So usually that's one of our more worshipful songs. It's a little bit slower in pace because we're trying to set the rhythm and bring it down. You know, we start off with upbeat songs and things like that, but then as we transition or we progress through the worship set, that final song is really that song that we want to use as a way to engage them and into the sermon. And so during that time, again, it's another opportunity for transition because you're going from scripture reading to song. So you're saying, would you join us for one last final time in this last final worship song, please take in the words that we're singing, use this as an opportunity to pray and just meet with the Lord. And so you're just encouraging them through that last song, and you lead that, and then you close that final song with a prayer. And so after that, the worship set is complete. Once you've completed that final song and you close us out in that final prayer, then our worship set is complete, and then we transition into passing of the peace. All right, guys, thank you so much again for all your hard work and all you do for this team. We love you.